Yo, mic check, mic check. Hungry. Over here eating. Apologize. But I want to come on here really quick. Do a quick video just to see if I could get into the algorithm before all your, you know, influencers jump on here and tell you to go get this device. And because they're, a bigger channel and they're already in the algorithm, the message might not get heard from somebody like me with a smaller channel. So I honestly think people should reconsider getting this plus, this Akai MPC One Plus, where it doesn't even come with all the sounds, all the new stuff that they have. It comes with the bass sounds, so it's like the stuff that they given us, which was like their core, to turn it into, like, saying, music production center. They gave us core sounds, Mellotron and Selena, the bass and all that stuff. That turned it from, MIDI production center into a music production center. Because now you're not only dealing with MIDI, you are dealing with VSTs and plugins and effects plugins. So it turns it from, say, just a regular drum machine where you could just bring stuff in and you basically just controlling MIDI, to now it's a music production center. So now they got this Akai Professional MPC One standalone sampler and sequencer plus version, and it don't come with all the, sounds they can offer you. And they changed up a couple things, but the couple things that they changed up, it's not game changing. It's not game changing. It's not breaking. It's not, It's really not game changing, because I could pretty much do the same thing with my MPC Live that they're talking about. And my MPC Live is old. Oh, it's older. What they increased. They changed the operating system, but it's still the same software. So what you, I'm saying, or what they changed? They changed the fact that it processes better, right? Well, to be honest, it should have been processing better in the first version. It's like they give you less quality product. They boost it up, like, we got this new thing. They sell it to you, and then a year or two later, oh, we got the plus version. This is way better. Whereas the first original version should have had the plus features in it. It's like they're slowly and meticulously are getting money out of our pockets without us even knowing it. And I was bamboozled by a lot of companies, because you don't know. You just seeing and you taking what they say as face value, but they're slowly inching into our pockets year by year, giving us a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So is it really a plus, or is what they should have given us to begin with? You know what I'm saying? And if does it have the Air Flavor Pro in there? No, if that's what you call it. But that plugin that's like the RC20, is that coming with this plus? Because to me, that should be essential. That should be essential with this device when it comes to talking about sound, because you are music. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it's all about music, right? It's about workflow and music now, right? Because you got those VSTs in there. So you should be talking about the sound. So what I have FL Studio. When I first started making beats, it was on FL Studio. Fruity Loops, then FL Studio. I literally played a VST in FL Studio, then I played the VST in the MPC. Sound the same, man. It sounds the same. It sounds the same. So should you get the MPC, or should you just go and get FL Studio or a DAW? That's my question. Do you really get, like, you're getting a controller? You're getting a controller here. You're getting a controller, right? With the MPC. But do you need a controller? You could literally pay almost the same amount of money for the top tier FL Studio DAW and get lifetime free updates for the rest of your life. So when they add whatever they add to it, you get it. They add a new VST, a new instrument, you get it because you got the top tier, right? And it's doing the same thing as this box, if not more than this box. And I think the updates come out a lot faster, if I'm not mistaken, for for Image Line than they do for Akai. And you want to talk about workflow? For me, FL Studio, Cakewalk, Reasons, all these, DAWs. The workflow is easy. You get your mouse and just click around. You don't really need the drum pads. You can slide stuff off the grid and stuff. You're not stuck to like the grid in FL Studio. You can make your stuff swing. You don't even need the drum pads that's on this box. To be honest, I made beats for years without even having an MPC when I was at FL. Years, dope beats. People who took my beats to the studio rocked over them. People be like, "Oh, that beat is crazy!" Like, "Yo, you made this? What you making it? Oh, FL Studio. Oh, what?" Not even having an MPC. So we're dealing with what you're dealing with here is you could literally take FL Studio and put it inside of here. That's what you're dealing with. Because it's not sound. It's not like legit ill sound. It's not the sound. When you press the keys on your keyboard for the VST, the virtual instruments that are inside this box, are you gonna go, wow, that sounds good? Or you be like, oh, it sounds good. I know I'm gonna have to EQ this, I'm gonna have to do this to that. You're already planning in your mind, in your head of what you have to do to elevate this thing. I mean, to make it better, to make it sound better. I did a video yesterday and I showed, it was a quick little 2-minute video. I showed my Roland keyboard. Now I don't have the new Roland. My Roland, I think it's like 10 years old. So it's pretty much like vintage gear. It's the FA06. And on top of that, with the FA06, you're able to also get other expansions from old school, like the Integra, all the old school expansions. And these are what they call it. These are natural something sounds. I forget what they call it. But it's authentic sounds inside that Roland keyboard. So when I put it on my desk and I press the keys to play that Roland, I'm like, oh, that shit. Like I'm already like, oh, that's crazy. The pianos, oh, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? When I'm playing like stuff from the Juno, like it's legit, it's rolling. So it has all like you know what I mean, the capacitors and all that stuff in there. It has all that good analog stuff in there, right? So you hear it, man. You hear it. The chorusing effects, all that stuff sounds so good. Just by pressing it. And you can legit press the keys on the Roland keyboard, right? I'm talking about the old one. Like mine's not as vintage as like some of the old ones, but it's still old. You know what I mean? So when I press the keys on there, I could make a beat with just that one sound. I don't have to add anything else to it. I play a flute, a oboe, a clarinet on that. It sounds so good that when I play it, I'm like, oh, this is dope. I make one little loop, 2-bar, 4-bar loop, and I bust it to the to the MPC. I already got my beat right there because it sounds so good. When I press the keys using the VST inside of, the MP, I got the MPC Live, but if you're gonna have the MPC One, you're gonna have the same stuff as me. It don't sound as good as when I'm pressing the keys on that Roland, dude. It doesn't. So since it doesn't sound as good, I went over to FL Studio. I started pressing the keys on, the stuff that's inside FL Studio. And you know what happened? It sounds the same, man. It sounds the same. Like the MPC and FL Studio VST virtual instruments, they sound the same. They sound thin. They sound like nasally. Like it's just like it's not full body. It doesn't have like that warmth or that oomph to it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't have like the good characteristics. So should you just go and get FL Studio or a DAW of your liking, instead of this technically it's a controller that's doing the same thing, and you don't have to struggle, because on here you gotta learn the workflow, and then the workflow could be very tedious, just dealing with this one screen right here. Whereas, boom, you can have the FL Studio open, big screen, boom, boom, the mixer here, just doing crazy stuff, moving quick, fast. 1, 2, 3, easy. And you get lifetime free updates, like lifetime, and you know what I'm saying, some dope shit. Let's be honest. You kind of get some dope shit with FL Studio or any other DAW. I don't know the other DAWs. I don't use them, but I see videos and I see people they doing some stuff, some dope stuff. You know what I mean? Once they learn it, when they learn it, they could talk about it and they could do it. So $6.99. You know, you're gonna have taxes and stuff like that, so it's gonna bump it up probably what, $7.50, something like that. So you can come over here and let's see. So can we? No, we can. FL Studio. So compare editions, lifetime free updates. Holy cow! I didn't even wait. No, this got to be for me. Am I logged in? I'm not even logged in. Okay. All plugins edition. This is the one I have right here. I have the producer edition because I don't need all of the plugins. I'm not going to use all the plugins. But if you get FL Studio All Plugins Edition, you get everything. You get everything. For what, $500? So it's cheaper. I didn't know that. I thought it was more. I could have sworn it was like $800. They went down in price? They must have went down in price. I could have sworn it was like $800 before. I don't know. I might be tripping. But you get everything. And on top of that, lifetime free updates. So let's go to the instruments. Because it's music, right? So with music, you're talking about sound. You have to be talking about sound if you're talking about music. You could, so if you're not talking about music and you're talking about workflow, but what are you working on? You're working on sound. You're working on music. So they say they're making the workflow easier. So the way you move through the MPC and the way you could get a song done so fast and so quick is more important than how the device is producing a sound. So you have to know this, for number one, because I didn't know that when I got my MPC Live. I didn't know. I said, oh, MPC, oh, I'm getting MPC, so dope. And I just jumped and got it, thinking like I'm going to get like I'm going to make bangers. And now I make some dope tracks, but it still don't have that warmth, that oomph, that it doesn't really push out to the speakers. It doesn't have, So now I got to go in there and mix it. And hopefully I know what I'm doing with mixing, which is hard to do. And I'm still learning that, to get it to sound like, you know what I mean? So what they give you in the MPC, like 5, 6 VSTs or something like that. Can't remember. But you get all of these, and there's a lot of functionality. So Wave Traveler, Transistor Bass, you know what I'm saying? This the Toxic Biohazard, that one's pretty dope actually. That has been in FL Studio for a long time. The Citrus, FL Studio, a long time. I made beats with this many years ago. I'm talking about a long time ago. You know how dope this Citrus is? It's dope. It's dope. But the sounds are still airy. You know what I'm saying? They don't have like that warmth to it. You gotta add stuff. You gotta add a lot of plugins to get it to get warm, get full. But it's still dope though. It has a nice like crisp top end sound. I don't know about this one. The speech synthesizer that's new from like when I probably have it in my version, but haven't looked at it. Sound font player, that's dope. That you could go back to 10 years ago and get sound fonts and open them up. And the sound fonts from back in the days are dope. Some of the sound fonts from back in the days, they have a little like vintage feel to them. Probably sound way better than these virtual instruments, to be honest. I made some dope beats off of sound font. I mean, there was some websites back in the days that you could go and download mad sound files. They were just giving them away for free. The community used to share back then. Now everybody got a sound pack. Oh, get my pack, get my pack, get my pack. And everybody getting rich off the packs. You used to get stuff for free back then. And people used to work together. But oh, look, this one right here. This is like that Chinese joint. I can't even say it. But this joint right here is fire. You get like all the Plucked is dope. Plucked is real dope because you can make a lot of arpeggiated sounds. It's dope actually. I use this old gun. I use that. The morphine. I use that. The harmer. I use that. That's dope. And the harmless, but these are dope. You put I think the harmer in unison mode. It's a rap, son. You get crazy sound. But anyway, you got fruity granular. It's a lot more too that they added. Drum machine stuff. So you get a lot. You get a lot for $500 now. All plugins edition, $500. You get a lot. You get way more tools than what's inside the MPC. So do you the MPC One Plus? I'm saying. So do you really need this controller, which is supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, MIDI, you know what I'm saying, production center? I mean, or should you just go and get something that's what cheaper, and it has a lot more, and you're going to be using the computer. It says standalone, but it's a computer basically. It's basically like, I mean, it's standalone, right? But you still gotta. It's stationary. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a computer because it's stationary. You got to plug it to the wall and not move anywhere. I could take my MPC Live and go in the car right now, and that's so dope because that's one of the reasons why I got the Live is because I can move around. And hold on, give me 1 second. 1 second. That's the reason why I got the Live, so I can move around. And some of the cool tricks you can do is take the music out to the car and listen to it. So when I'm mixing my track, and I haven't even been to the car lately to mix out, because these are the Behringers. I mean, the Behringers. These are DT 1990 Pros right here. You know what I'm saying? These things are amazing. I'm talking about amazing. And that's that Behringer. That's crazy. So these are Bayer Dynamics, okay? When I put these on and mix, the sound is crazy. It's amazing. So, but if I want to go to the car, I take the MPC Live, I go right to the car, plug it in really quick, and I bring it back upstairs. So I do my sound check in the car. Oh, give you a quick pointer too. When you go into your car and you play your music, let's say you bring your MPC Live into the car, you want to listen to your beat, put it on, but don't stay in the front seat. Because I did that. So I would sit in the front seat and listen to the music. Now, technically, you're supposed to go into the back seat so you can get that comb effect. So the speaker, so you know the 45-degree angle effect, go into your back seat and you listen to it. So it's a quick pro tip right there. But let's say if a client says, "Yo, I'm about to get on this plane right now," but you said you got beats, come to the airport. You shoot over to the airport. You're gonna bring the MPC One with you. Yo, you get the Live, you take that Live with you, boop, you going, son. Really quick. That's the reason why I like the Live, because it's flexible. I know the older MPCs can't do it. You plug them to the wall and stuff like that. I get it. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, like, that's the reason why I got the Live, is the flexibility of it. So the MPC One Plus, that's the reason why I'm trying to say I don't think it's worth even $699. I don't think it's worth it. Because it's a controller, basically, man. It's really a controller you could do inside your DAW. And I didn't think about this until I heard EA Ski talking about it. So give him a big shout out. But when he said that and I started to think about it, I was like, you know what? He's right, man. It's like, it is like a controller, basically. So since they didn't give y'all, or they're not giving you, because I'm not buying it, they're not giving you guys and girls who's going to purchase this all the sounds that they got, like the dope stuff that they just recently came out with, you're not getting that, then how can you compete with the DAWs that give you all these sounds? Look at how many tools you could use. You got Japanese and Chinese instruments. You got stuff for like you can make like I don't know what to call it, but like almost gothic type music. You know what I'm saying? Like just like this that toxic biohazard. You can the sounds is in here. It's like a deep arpeggiated sounds. Like it has so much that you can do with a DAW. Then why limit yourself? Why pay $6.99 to limit yourself? Why? Because it looks cool and it got drum pads that light up. But you know you can get a controller. You know you can get a controller from actually be sure I'm not even if you're on YouTube and you talk, I'm sorry I wasn't on YouTube, but you know you can get a controller. So much of the okay, cool. Somebody was on YouTube. Okay, I'm on YouTube now. I'm sorry about that. Oh, yo, what up, man? Brother, I'm sorry. I definitely wasn't on YouTube. I'm on YouTube now, so I see you. But dude, what you been up to, man? I haven't seen you in a long time, brother. Good brother right here, man. Machine City Audio does his thing, so everybody go check him out. Give him that support. But if what I'm trying to say is, if the MPC doesn't come like stocked, like fully loaded, is it worth the $6.99? I don't think it's worth the $6.99. Where now you pay $4.99 for FL Studio. You get the same amount of sounds and more, and then you get lifetime free updates. What's the other one in there that's dope too on FL Studio? Flex. This one right here. Flex. Flex is dope. Flex is dope. Let's open up. Flex is dope. But he said, I definitely won't be picking this up. I will admit it's priced to sell though. Yeah, it is. Yeah, didn't it go down? Did the MPC One go down in price? I think the MPC One was more money. I got down on the update. I think the MPC One was more money, right? Around like almost 800, I think. Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. When I opened up the browser and I looked at the price, I was shocked. I was shocked. I was shocked. So, hold on. I was shocked because I'd never seen that price before. Because when I bought my MPC, it was like 1,200. I think it was 1,200 when I bought my MPC. And then I know when they came with the MPC One, I know it was like kind of close to the live price, but it wasn't all the way there. This is like, so now let's think about this. EA Ski, the almighty EA Ski said, this product is going down in value. It has no value. So for them to start the Akai MPC One Plus Professional at $6.99, it just off launch, off retail price off launch, it dropped in value. Retail price from the first day, it dropped in value. That's crazy to me. And then also, you know what it's also telling me? That I paid too much for my MPC Live. It's telling me I paid too much for my MPC Live because my MPC Live 1200 and it does the same thing as this MPC One basically. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like the production, the music part of it. You know what I mean? It's the same. It's the same workflow throughout all of the devices. Same. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, when you're making a beat right now on these new devices, they are the same at the end. So you're paying when you're paying for the X, you're paying for the outer shell, which has more buttons and features, so you can move a little bit faster. So it's workflow. But what we're talking about is the inside core is the same. So if you're working on the MPC X or XC and I'm working on the Live, the inside is the same. No, there's no difference between your system really and my system. It might take me a little bit longer to go through my menus to get to the same functionality that you have on a bigger system, but it's still the same. and the sound is the same. So the sound from the one, the sound from the One Plus, the sound from the Live, the sound for the Live Mark II, the sound from the X, the sound from the XSE, all sound the same. So it's really it's all the same. You know what I'm saying? It's really no difference. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I paid too much. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially when I'm not getting all these. Look at all these plugins and VSTs that you get, and that's just the instrument. That's not even the effects. Look at all the effects that you get too with FL Studio, and dope effects. All the shit, like, look at all these effects. Do flanges and you get like 3 different types of delays and this and that. You can even get a notebook, man. You write in a notebook at FL Studio, write down your notes and stuff for you, but you can't do that in the MPC. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you get growth speed. They give you all the stuff that you could manipulate your music, and that's crazy. So the price though is crazy though. $4.99 and you get all that compared to $6.99, and you get workflow. So ease of workflow, but not as many VSTs and stuff like that. They should have gave whoever's buying it all the new stuff that they got. Yeah, either 800 or 900. Yeah, it was something around that number. I remember. Yeah. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. And now, so that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder why a lot of people got rid of all those MPCs ones. I wonder why. I mean, I don't have one, but I wonder why. Because if you gotta wonder, because it was marketed a certain way. People purchased it because of the marketing. They thought it could do this and do that, and then all of a sudden now they're giving it back to Guitar Center. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wonder why. I mean, I don't know. I know for a fact I can only speak on my live. I like the live. I like the workflow a lot. You know what I'm saying, and I never really liked the sound of it though. I never and it didn't punch for me. But I'm going to keep my live because I like the workflow, and I just use outside gear and all that stuff to enhance it. You know what I'm saying? But I wonder why people got rid of the one. Because it's not as pricey as the other ones. You can still make music on it, but why get rid of it? I don't know. I wonder what those people are doing now that they got rid of the one. What did they do? That's why we gotta have the discussion. I want to know: did they go DAW, or did they say, "Oh, let me go get the MPC Mark II," or did they say, "Let me go get the S"? You know what I'm saying, the SE or the X, or did they switch to machine? You know what I'm saying? I want to know. Like why? Why they give it back? But anyway, so I don't think my keyboard and stuff is set up. But let's go in here and let's add. So let's add. We got instruments in here. So, oh man, flex. Add the flex. Did my keyboard work? Oh, I don't see. I haven't opened it in a while, so I got stuff I can download. But I don't think my keyboard is set up to this. But I could use this. Now this is the original patch on Flex, right? You see how that sound? Now that sounds dope. But if I turn the MPC Live on right now and I open up Selena or Melodon and all that stuff, right? It's gonna sound similar to the way this sounds. Might not even sound as good, to be honest. Now that I'm listening to this original patch. But even this doesn't have like that push you through the speakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really have that. It sounds good. Sounds clean. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't want to get too far off topic. Should you get FL Studio that has clean sounds like this, that you could really manipulate when you come up here and got a dope mixer? You know what I'm saying? You could add tons. You can add way more effects. You got 10 slots, then the MPC has 4. Then you gotta do your sends, or you could do sub mixes. I mean, it's a workaround. Well, they say workflow, right? But it's a workaround that you have to do to get more inserts onto your sounds in the MPC. It's not, they don't have 10 slots off the rip. You know what I'm saying? So you got 10 slots, but then you can also you can start bussing. Then you start busting. Oh, I want to add. Say if you want to add 20 sounds to a track, you could do that. You could bust. You know what I'm saying? You could bust to another track, add more stuff to it. Or it's easy to just render out the file in FL Studio really quick, and then have all the effects on it, and then just bring that back in. 1, 2, 3. It's easy. 1, 2, 3 to do that. But it's so simple. Just click your mouse and just go. You know what I mean? I want to add this. I want to add some Waves plugins. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do a dope EQ really quick. So just do it. You just you just get to work. So should you pay less for a DAW and go and get you a controller? Like you could get a controller with drum pads on it. You could legit get a controller with drum pads. You can if it's all about the drum pads, you want to hit the drums, you could get there's tons of controllers with drum pads now. You don't really need the MPC for the drum pads anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have caught up now. The times have caught up to the MPC. You know what I'm saying? And this is easy. So now if I got a sound going through here, right? Let me see if I can play this sound. Oh, actually, so I'm on track 1. So let's take this and drop this down. And let's go to track 1, right? One more track 2. Oh, that's on 1. Oh, 1. Yeah. So let's pull up this. Right. So let's say this really quick. Let's say you pay the $500 for FL, you get everything, and then you come and make your music. You start hearing problems and stuff like that, and you want to fix it. You got dope. You know what I'm saying? A pretty dope, EQ like this. And you want to do something like that. I'm just saying, I'm hypothetically speaking, you want to do something like that really quick. You saw how fast I just did that? Whereas you go inside the MPC, it's going to take you a while to open it up, play a sound, and you're going to jump into that EQ. You're not even going to know how to, like, the EQ is going to look all funny, and you ain't going to be, visually, you can be like, oh man, how do I get my EQ to do what I could do in FL Studio or in a DAW? Is it better to me, I don't think you should do that, because, saying, me and my friend, we have great conversations, and we like, you should mix with your ears and not with your eyes, so you hear it and you feel it out. But what I'm saying is, I understand that part, but what if you just don't even know how to use the technology? So it's easier to have a graphic EQ like this and just boom, 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 change it really quick, boom, and you move, and that's easy workflow. So, but you really can't do that in the MPC unless you get an outside EQ to go into your MPC that works like this, and you can do that, right? So is it really easy workflow, or is it a hassle? They're not telling you that. They're showing you quick steps. You watch the video, go watch the video. The guy in Sweetwater, he's showing you quick steps, but he's not really getting into it nitty gritty. And the beat he made was like, it was flat. It's one thing I didn't like about that video was, because I'm not trying to down people, what I'm saying is, if you're going to make a video promoting a product, you should have a dope beat. Don't make no whack beat and say you're promoting a product. That's oh man, that's marketing 101. Because all the people going to hear how that beat was out of tune, or it was just the levels were off, and it was just the drums were sounding flat. And I'm sitting here watching the video early this morning. I'm like, what is this guy doing? He's trying to sell his product to me. You not selling even if I didn't know all the stuff that I know, you're still not selling me the product because it didn't sound good. It didn't sound good. It didn't. It's crazy. But then we jump in the chat and see what's up. Oh, 450 views? That's crazy. That's nothing, man. That's nothing. Anybody, yeah, that's nothing. That means that product ain't got no value. You know what I'm saying? I've been looking for stuff like analog stuff lately, and the price is crazy. All the analog gear that I've been looking at, the price is crazy through the roof, man. Through the roof. I'm like, damn. And then the digital stuff is cheap. Like, all the digital mixers are cheap. All the analog mixers are pricey. Why? You know what I'm saying? All the digital stuff is cheap. You go on Sweetwater, you can get a mixer for like $200. And not to me, I thought mixers were like cream of the crop. Like, you get a mixer, that's the baddest thing ever. And they like cheap as hell. I'm like, I'm looking like, why is it so cheap? I look, it says, oh, it's all digital. I was like, oh, okay. Go to the analog SSL or the analog Yamaha. They like 3,000. You know what I'm saying? They up there. And that's just the mixer. We're not talking about the console, the analog consoles. It was just like 70 racks. Like 70,000. 100,000 analog consoles. So I'm like, oh, sorry. I can't buy that. Whoa. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? What's this guy? The guy, man. I forgot the guy. The Poly guy. He was like, he wish he would have bought the 500 series. So I did. Last night I was looking at the 500 series, and yo, that stuff looks crazy, son. Crazy, man. So I'm looking into a lot of analog gear, a lot of it, and I have some stuff coming to enhance my sound, because I know my style of music production is pretty dope, but I know it just wasn't having that grit or that warmth or that power behind it. What up, Job? What's up, brother? So, instead of selling water to a dolphin, you crazy. I knew when I got my MPC Live, it didn't have like a lot of sounds in it. It didn't have the virtual instruments in it when I first got this thing. So when I got it, I got a synthesizer to go along with it. So I'm using the synthesizer and I'm using the MPC, and I kept saying to myself, it doesn't have that sound. Now, I didn't know that I was missing like converters inside of this MPC Live. I was taking off a face value of like what I seen on YouTube and all the advertisements. Oh, we got the new MPC. So I just went and got it because I was like, I want an MPC. I never had the old ones. But I noticed that when I was using it, it just didn't have like a warmth to it. And I was like, okay. So maybe it needs reverb. So I went out and got reverb pedal, and I went out and got a tremolo pedal, and I went out and got a compressor pedal, guitar pedals. They sit on my desk right now, and I can legit show people if they want receipts. I got receipts with when I purchased my stuff, so you can see from the time that I got my MPC Live, and this is before I met all these YouTubers. It's before any YouTuber became friends with me. I bought my MPC Live and I had my guitar pedals before I met anybody. So I was trying to get like the warmth going through the pedals way back when, a couple years ago. And then from there, I went and got the Roland keyboard. I got the Roland FA06 because I was like, the sounds. But then they eventually came out with the update, but they put the VSTs inside the MPC, and I was like, oh, that's dope. But when I was using them, I was like, they don't sound all that great. So I went and got the Roland, and then that's when my sound was like, oh shit, was way better. But the only problem is like I didn't feel like taking the Roland down, putting it back, and all that stuff. So I kind of like put the Roland to the side for a little bit, and I kept messing around with the MPC, trying to see if I could get it better. So I was under the impression of this. Learn how to mix. I was really under the pressure, get better at mixing. I was blaming it on me. No lie. I was blaming the sound that's coming out the MPC on me. I thought I didn't know how to mix good. So I was like, I gotta better my mixing. So I'm asking this person, hey, how do you fatten up this? How you warm up that? Blah, 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 blah. Because I'm doing it, but it's not working. So I'm trying to get information from people to better my mixing, because I'm thinking the mixing is going to get that boom, fat sound. That's when I started buying all these plugins from Waves. I got mad plugins from Waves. I'm putting this on the insert, I'm putting that on the insert. I'm trying to boost, I'm trying to cut, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pan the sound out. I'm trying to use chorus in it. I'm trying to do all this stuff to get a fat sound out of the MPC. And it was coming, it was getting closer, but it wasn't there. And that's when I was like, something's off. Even my drums, they you could hit, they're loud, but they're not hitting right. They don't have like that to it, right? And that's when the whole thing, the whole bombshell happened when EA Ski started saying all that stuff online. I'm like, oh, I was blown away. I was like, oh, I didn't even know. Like, I wasn't paying attention to like the circuitry or just the inner workings of the MPC. I'm on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the outside looking in, but I'm not paying attention to the inside. So then when he started talking, saying all this stuff, all these videos, I said, I opened up the MPC and I started messing with it and press it. I'm like, yo, he right, man. He right. I'm like, yo, he right. Then I went over to the Roland, pulled that out for the other night. The first piano. I hit that first piano on the Roland. That's all you hear is like, the shit sounds, you can hear the texture. You can hear it moving, man. And you hear like the texture from the hardware. You know what I'm saying? You hear it. I'm like, yo, this shit's crazy, son. You know what I'm saying? And then they said they're gonna drop a new then I just heard like 2 days ago they dropped another MPC. I'm like, what? That was fast. They just dropped the SC. So I was like, all right. I was just chilling last night and I saw the video come on Sweetwater. I said, let me watch it. Started watching it. And when he said, oh, I'm not trying to make the best beat right now, I'm just showing you how it works. That shit dawned on me, son. It was like, pow! It was like that big. It was like, didn't Ski just said they told my workflow, they're not talking about sound. You making a demo for a music production device, and you're not even talking about the sound. You're not even trying to make a good sound to beat. If I was marketing, if I was it, I would like, yo, we're gonna try to make the best beat. Now, it might not come out good, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna try to make the best beat ever on this bad boy. That's how I'm gonna market. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm not trying to make the best beat. This is a kind. How you gonna do an advertisement and say you're not trying to make the best beat? And on top of it, you should have just had a beat ready to go. Why are you even making a beat from scratch like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's marketing 101. So then I was like, all right, cool. So then I looked at it, and when he said, oh, let's go look at the sounds, he started looking at the sounds. He said, well, some of the sounds don't come packaged with it. I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, no, he didn't say that. I said, no, he didn't say that. I was like, so it's a plus, but you don't get all the sounds. You don't get better sounds that comes with the bass. You're going to get the same sounds from everybody else, and it's the plus. I was like, nah, it's marketing. So now I'm hip. I've been awakened to the marketing. I know it's all marketing now. So all these YouTubers, when they get on here and they start talking, they say this and they say that. Now I'm looking at them like, you're just trying to market me something, bro. Like, that's how I'm going to just look at them like you. And if I see in the thumbnails, they reviewed a new product, I'm not even clicking on their videos no more. Because I don't want to see all that. I could go to Sweetwater and look at the device. I don't need to go to your YouTube video to look at the device, dude. Literally, none of us have to go to their YouTube videos to look at devices anymore. You just go to Sweetwater or go to ZZ Sound, go to samash.com, Guitar Center, and look at the device. You don't need to go to all these influencers and YouTubers to look at the device. You don't have to do that. You could just do it yourself. Why are we going there? Just so they could try to sell us the product because they're getting kickback or they're getting views. That's what they're doing it for. They're doing it for the money because I'm not trying to say that they're in bed with the company, but every time you click on a video to watch it, they're getting a view. And every time they hit 1,000 views, then they get a certain amount of money. So it's all about money for them. They don't have an investment in helping you. They have an investment to help themselves to get money. So they're trying to get views. That's what they want. Views, likes, comments, sub. Views, like, comments, sub. That's all they want. And they get that dollar bill. They're so happy. They don't care about you. They act like they care about you because they know people mentally are easily manipulated and tricked. So when somebody got that mouth and they could talk, they could manipulate you to keep coming back to their channel, That's what it is. So it's all about money. So I'm not going to these YouTubers' channels and watching their videos anymore. I don't need to. Why do I need to hear you say something about the device when I can look at it myself? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we should be going to these YouTubers' channels to hear anything anymore. Just go find out on your own. Read what it says it has. You know, say the hybrid standalone hardware DAW with software integration, right? So they just told you right there, man. They told you that the MPC is a DAW. It's a digital audio workstation. So it's marketed as FL Studio. Listen what they're saying here. Hybrid, standalone hardware, DAW, with software integration. It's FL Studio in the box, man. The only thing is like no, it's FL Studio in the box. Because you could literally, if you want to go to the studio, you could just pick up your damn computer and take your computer with you if you wanted to. So most people working on laptops anyway. You could take your laptop with FL Studio and go work in another studio. You could do that. Plug it into the wall and work. That's what this MPC One Plus is. It's a DAW, but in the box. It's the same thing as your computer. So do you need to pay $6.99? You pay $4.99 to get all the stuff that they give you. And you work it, and then and the workflow is easy. I just showed y'all it's so simple to do stuff in FL Studio. Boom, you want to add EQ, reverb, compression, all that stuff, do it on your inserts and on your slots. You good to go. Mix, got your tracks. You want to go to, you know what I'm saying? You want to go inside a sequencer. You want to mess around with the piano roll. You know what I'm saying? Here's the piano roll. You know what I'm saying? You want to do all this crazy panning, velocity, all this stuff, pitching. You do all this stuff and click. Just click away and do what you got to do, man. There's so much stuff, all this stuff, and you want to change the tempo. It's easy. 1, 2, 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you really need to go get that box, the MPC? To me, I don't know. I got my MPC Live. I'm going to keep that. You know what I'm saying? Unless I get some old school gear. That's it. All right? But anyway, this is your boy 05 Dynasty. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was a long, quick live stream. Me talking about me comparing FL Studio to the, you know what I'm saying, basically the digital audio workstation inside of a box, the MPC One Plus. That doesn't come with all the sounds that they can actually provide to you. So you decide. And that's it, man. I'm going to keep making my music. Just let y'all know. So I got some stuff coming to warm up my sound. So within the next month or so, I'm going to start releasing some new beats, and they're going to have that fat, warm sound. So that's where I'm going with it, and that'll be that, man. I'll probably continue to talk a little bit, do some vlogs and talk and whatever. But yeah, man, we'll see, guys and girls, we'll see. I mean, I pray in the future if they do it. I like the MPC Live. That pick it up and go. If they do an MPC Live or Mark III or maybe something that's just out of this world, hopefully they get the sound right that's inside this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Get those converters so the sound's really converting over to have like that nice warm grit texture and it pushes through. I mean, something like that, man. I want to say this on closing. When I went to school for music, I remember that there was a big debate on analog and digital. The teachers was fighting in the school, and it was the older teachers, professors versus like the younger professors. And I remember hearing them say like, one was analog is better, other one say no, digital is better. And they would try to like, hold on. I remember they were like one guy would play an audio file. He's like he played the audio file and he's like, does this sound any different from the analog? So he played it to our class. In our class, some people was like no, some people was like yeah, but a lot of people was like no. And then when I was younger then, but now when I think about it, well, sometimes it's harder to hear what you don't hear. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand. You might not. It probably was different, but your ears were never trained to pick it up and understand it. And also, the radio that he played it on wasn't like a real big. It wasn't. We weren't in one of the studios at that time. We were just in a classroom. So that the device that he played on, the speakers that he played it on, probably didn't project the sounds that they were supposed to project. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but I remember going to the studio, and in this school they had multiple rooms, and when we went into the digital studio, the sound was cool, it was loud, it was clean. But I remember going into the analog studio, the analog console. I forget the name of it. I wish I remember the name, man. It's on my notes in my books, but I don't know where those books are at. I should take down a lot of notes. Um, the sound was warm and full, and what the professor was said that was, well, some people might prefer the sound and some people might not. So it kind of left in my mind like, oh, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to go analog all the time back then, because I didn't really understand sound. Now, with all this stuff is coming up, and I'm really like paying attention to it, I'm like, damn, you know what? I should have really paid attention back then to sound and not just what does it come close to analog, or is it cleaner or louder than analog? I shouldn't have paid it. I shouldn't have listened to that. I should have just closed my eyes and just paid attention to the sound and listened and felt the warmth that was coming off. Because maybe my path would have went a whole lot different. You know what I'm saying? Way better than it did than now. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to leave you guys and girls on that note. Like, we need to get back to listening to the sound of music and feeling the music, and maybe our perspective might change on, oh, let's have a device that works fast, we could move fast instead of producing great sound. Because I don't mind taking my time working on a device and the workflow is a little bit slower, but if the end result is the sound is greater, I don't mind that at all, dude. Because I wanna produce a record that sounds like Wu-Tang Triumph. You know what I'm saying? That beat, you listen to the Wu-Tang Triumph instrumental. Holy shit, man! It sounds so good, man. That kick, listen to how fat and warm that kick drum comes through. Right now, if you get a sample pack and it says Wu-Tang drums, and you download the Wu-Tang drums thinking you're going to have the Wu-Tang drums, and you put it in the MPC X or Live, and you hit those drums, for some reason, it don't have that same oomph and grit that record has. Why is that? We got to start thinking about sound. You know what I'm saying? And how these devices produce sound for us to make great music, because we're the artists. They're making a device, but we're the artists, and we want to make great sounding records. So, but the device has to work. It has to work. I've noticed that when I try to mix with plugins to try to get that fat sound like Wu-Tang, like the RZA, or all these old school records, it kind of gets there, but it doesn't get there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, let's focus on sound, people, and I'm gonna get up out of here. All right. Yep, exactly. Run your digital out, yeah, because it's almost like it's the same thing as recording. You could run your digital outs right into analog to get that fat warmth, and that's my plan. That's my plan. We spoke about this, and yeah. But let me get up out of here. I gotta make some runs, and I hope everybody starts focusing on the sound, not just workflow, not just a DAW inside of a box. When you can actually go get a DAW that's on your computer that's gonna work better and faster, and it's way cheaper. FL's $4.99. Go look at on any other DAW. I'm pretty sure it's a lot cheaper, probably cheaper than FL. And yeah. Let me go. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out, everybody. Word. And don't forget, what I'm saying, if you want to share this video, share it. I do appreciate it. You don't have to, though. I'm not on, quote unquote, like somebody said, everybody's on here to make money and stuff like that. You don't see me come on here to try to make money. So that statement is false. Your boy Dynasty uses YouTube as history And I'm trying to, whenever I come on here and upload, it's so that people go back and look at my history. I used to be about trying to make money. I gave up on that a long time ago because I don't care about the money. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. I'm just on here just to try to do history when it comes to YouTube. And then I'm about to move my platform from YouTube over to my own website because I got my own social media marketing website that's similar to, you know what I'm saying, all these other platforms. And I won't even be on YouTube anymore. I'll just be over there. So anyway, peace out, everybody. Talk to y'all later. Thank you for tuning in. I really, really humbly appreciate it. Peace out, y'all.